Good morning. Where are you? How are you? What are you doing? How's the vibes already? I'm waiting still. I'm waiting to see us on the live. So let's see what happens as we welcome you to another edition of Connecting the Dots. Every Saturday, from 9 until 11. Imagine when we started that program in 2020, November 14. Imagine we had 30 minutes. Nah, man. Who does that? We started with 30 minutes. Seriously. Nigel will correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 30 minutes. Start a program of that nature in 30 minutes, I mean, come on, Ivan. Back at 32, man. So yeah, I think we started with 30 minutes, then we went on to an hour, and then it was an hour and a half. Yeah, there, look at us now. We're all ready to take 6 hours. Oh, we thank God for small mercies. Welcome to another edition of Connecting the Dots on DBS Radio. We are ready, just waiting for the live so we can start the vibes. Busy Saturday today on the program. What is happening? These days we have to try to have part 1 and part 2 on a program. So gone are the days. Well, not gone are the days really. But a lot of times we have to share it in two because the requests are many. Shout out the Lapley Reunion Committee. You'll get your turn very soon. Okay, so welcome. It's a beautiful Saturday and we're happy to be back. Lovely weather on the outside. It's the third Saturday, the month of June. It's third Saturday, yeah. Today is the 21st. It's the official start of the summer. So yes, it's the third Saturday, the month of June 7th, the 14th, and no, the 21st. And I'm in the Ted Daily studio. I greet you from there. Studio 1, Ted Daily studio at DBS Radio. Say bonjour to Ted Daily. Ted Daily blazed the trail for so many of us, I tell you, in radio. For so many years they did this, more than 40 years at DBS Radio with that signature laugh. And that ability to really mix the music well and ensure that DBS Radio will play a lot of local music and Caribbean music. So that was Ted for you. Bonjour Ted, bonjour BA, it was nice speaking with you as well. Okay people, hold your seats, take a seat as well if you cannot find one. Stretch your legs, make yourselves comfortable, take your blankets because we are on the CTD Express today. Both we were traveling on today there. Think we easy. Make yourselves comfortable. We have enough gravel, so we're good to go. I did Coco site in Nigel and I can see things are bad with him because Nigel vomiting from CC boarded the CTD Express. No boy, let me say that again. Let me say that in Creole this time. It's somewhere in Creole. Nigel Kavomi DPE Mutia Subatola. Nigel, come a while. Curtis Murphy tell me to say that. And come a while and put Curtis in his place by an advanced Nigel. What you say? What say you, Nigel?
I advance in.
Yes, advance. I'm here. Yes, no need to refuse.
Yes, I advance in. My luggage ready to board.
You have your luggage ready to board. Yes.
But
I see there's
but I take in the gravel first, as you mentioned.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
Just in case. Once you hit that channel.
I know we.
Once you hit that city channel, sometimes you just be up and down.
Yes, everything rolling inside of you. Your kidneys in one place. Your intestines. Man.
All what you eat might shake up.
Yes. And if you had a lot of mangoes like me this morning,
you have to mention that, eh?
Mangoes and some kashima. I hold some kashima for you. I don't know when you're gonna get that now, but we'll see what we can hold of it. We can see what happens. Let me say good morning
Yeah,
to Miguel
I haven't had
Murphy.
any mangoes this season so far, you know. I need
Yes.
to see what's going on, you know.
So we'll
I
say
have
good
a
morning.
beautiful manager who always provides me with
Oh yeah.
some mangoes from her backyard.
Wow. Okay.
She hasn't given me any yet.
What's your preference when mangoes? What's your
I
favorite?
kind of
Then?
like the
Not
grafted, but I don't know. I
Okay.
like grafted, but I like mango long too. But I like grafted a lot.
Okay. All right. I know
Yes.
we have had many discussions on mango in the past, so I'm gonna leave that
But
there.
yes. Kinds of mangoes we have, you know,
Yes.
Vika and
Well, we had
all
that, all that
so,
already.
yes.
I'm not even going back there because those kind of names there, Papa Mwe. So Nigel, it's graduations are plenty, and grade 6 national assessment, the results came out yesterday. So let us say congratulations to all the pupils who sat the exams, and a special big up to those who the top performers. This young lady, she speaks well. I'm not sure if you listen to the news. Amelia Stephen from the St. Martin's School. So good job, congratulations to you. I think I wrote down the names, you know,
yes,
somewhere.
definitely so.
Yes, okay, Peyton Hilaire
the five students, right?
Yes, Peyton Hilaire from the Piditsavan Primary. Kasna Kazimi from Newton Primary. Kimaya Revere, St. John's Primary, and Eliana Girodel from St. Martin's School. And all the others, so we were just bigging up in particular the 5 top performers. But all of you performed well, and the thing is to go out and go to high school and perform well. So
that's the goal. Yeah. So definitely congratulations to all those who sat the exams and who did well. You know, say congratulations to Iman, of course, Emmanuel Lavenier. Who also found himself within the scholarship realm. So, hey, Iman, good job. Keep it going, all right? Now, just remember what school that Uncle Nigel went. Remember what school your dad went. So, when you're making the choices, you have to know which school to choose. So, of course, you'll be going to SMA. I mentioned that very early.
Oh, be born, yes. Me, if it is me, you're throwing your stone, so...
Miguel Murphy, good morning. Welcome to Dominica. Everyone is the one who should be telling you welcome.
Yes, but I called his name this morning, you know. I was saying hello to Miguel Murphy, but you was talking about something else at the time. I said, let me not interrupt. Sometimes I'm too rude. I just like to talk.
No. If it's about Miguel, you can interrupt.
Okay. No, but Miguel Murphy, Nigel, I really look forward to having him on as a guest next week, God willing. So, yeah, big things.
Yes, big things. He has a wonderful story to tell, but of course he's an island. We're part of the SME graduation this Friday, so we look forward to that as well. You know, Grammar School had its graduation already.
Yes, of course. The Dominica Grammar School had its graduation on Thursday, Nigel. So I was there. I had to go up on stage and do little things, you know, little presentations. But it was a big, exercise at the Goodwill Parish Hall. And
and I understand next year you'll be the featured speaker at the
I don't know about that, but what I can tell you is that I've done a lot of help with the Founders Day ceremony, so MC and all of that, you know, in the past. So.
Right. But you'll be the featured speaker. You'll be the one giving the
I would prefer sit, you know, and at the ceremony and listen to somebody really powerful, and especially, and maybe probably a younger person, sort of. I'm not saying I'm old.
No, you have a beautiful story to tell of resilience.
Anyway, Nigel, let's move on. Nigel, let's move on. Nigel, let's move on. Who's Alamada according to Josepha, the late Josepha?
But remember before they had a thing, St. Martin's School train had the thing they used to say, man.
Put me down, invict me. Put me
down or mix you.
Invince
what was it? Invict me, right?
Yes, Invict or Invince, something like that.
Yes.
So Nigel, we're not even talking much today.
You remember we had a lot of those before, man. I don't know. To me, those kids don't have that anymore, right?
I think they have their own thing, you know, but I think we had more, you know, we could really connect to the community with the little phrases that we had.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was really a Dominica thing, a Caribbean thing.
Yes.
But now.
Yes. Was it Invict me?
Invict me.
Was something about galvanized panty or something?
Yes, galvanized panty are wearing, you know, and you had to do the manima, you had to do the woolma for this. It was not just saying it, you had to perform the duty. Invince me. Guy, when I fancy I put me down flat. And those were the days, I tell you. We had so much fun back
then. Man. That was a lot of fun. I don't know, St. Martin's School girls, they had a special way of doing it. I don't know.
Oh yes. I think it continued, but my days it was much better. Okay.
Yes, but that's good. That's good. Those sayings have made their way and we've kept those, you know, so that's wonderful. Yes.
Yeah. Anybody in the book?
But the week was good though?
Yeah, pretty good week. A lot to do, but yeah, pretty good. I look forward to another week as well. Nice. So we're getting ready for another one. We have a Dominica corner, or are we going straight into it this morning? Let's go to the Dominica corner, Tan. My turn, man.
yes.
So I'm in Roseau sometime this week, and a lady calling me from afar, so I could hear my name. And when I got closer to her, let me tell you something. You have to give Nigel a chance for the Dominican corner. I say, me, I don't give him no chance. It's my turn. My turn next. My turn again. Okay? Woman power.
Your turn.
Yes, sir. Okay, so something to do with the first part of the program, because we are in St. Andrews High School reunion. Okay, so where in Dominica was St. Andrews High School located? And that's easy. So we can begin to look at the answers that will come, if anything. But Nigel, you have to answer, yeah? Someone might help.
I have to answer, too,
but my turn, so I'm asking you and our followers, the family.
St. Andrews was located in St. Andrews. I correct?
What? In parish of St. Andrews? I did not
yes, but
next time I do research your answers before you ask questions. You just asking questions, and next you go sound like a fool. Where was it really? Is it? Help me.
Hold on, because I find my audio doing something over this side. So let me see what happened.
Let me see. Yes, sir, boy. But they are one, right? They can help us, eh? You there, Nigel?
Yes, okay, because yes, my audio was going in and out, so sometimes I'm hearing you very much delayed, so I had to fix it up. So I think I could.
So where was it located, Nigel?
Yes. St. Andrews was located. I want to say Wesley.
Office, obviously. Was it Wesley?
Yeah.
My God. Wesley.
I think it's Wesley.
Come on, Will, give us a little answer there.
Let me see. Hold on, because it's something really not. Okay, here we go. Wesley, but Premier Londonderry might be correcting, but
London. Good morning. Yeah, Londonderry.
Yes,
okay, all right.
Which is part of Wesley.
Well, okay. So I'm not wrong. Yeah. Yes, I start my comment.
You could be more precise.
Okay, I mentioned Londonderry after. So, okay, next question.
Next question.
The school started operations in what year? No, I don't know the answer.
The who?
The school started operations in what year?
Oh, the school started operations. St. Andrews High School, but was that? Let me see.
Well, let me see.
That would have been. Man, I think that might have been in the 80s, you know. I think it wasn't there before.
Or the late 70s. Help us out there. Will
was it the 8? Just no.
Late 70s.
I think
late 70s.
1979.
You see?
1979. I was right there.
Okay. Actually, right after Hurricane David.
You see,
that was the reason why they actually opened the school.
See? All right. So we get in there.
In what year did St. Andrews High School close its doors?
Hold on. I know you're asking me the Dominica corner, but I just watched something on the book there.
Oh, we get it.
That says, I vote you were the queen of that slang and that phrase. Invicts me. Oh, so I get your story, I would. Okay.
Yes, sir. Invicts me, then?
Yes, I get your story now. All right, so yes, back to the Dominica corner. But Miguel Murphy, good morning. Appreciate it. Grand Rising. Of course, Miguel is on. Alvin Thomas, good morning. Alvin wanted to mention last year around this time we had Loic Charles, you know, who was from the SMA, who was a featured speaker at the SMA graduation. Sonia Williams, good morning to you. She says, I agree with you. Ivona should be the featured speaker next year at DGS graduation.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on.
No. Michael Davis. Hey, Joshua, good morning, Michael Davis. Good morning to you. Good to have you, another SMA old boy as well. Edwina London, welcome and good morning. Ivona and Nigel, and then we'll be getting the Marigot people in the London there in Everest. Move on. Next question on the Dominic O'Connor.
So we answered in what year the St. Andrews High School closed? We answered that?
Well, it was open in 79. We haven't mentioned when it was closed yet, but we say when it was opened in 1979.
Okay. All right. What year closed?
In 2006.
2006.
When it was closed, I think it might be about 2009,
2006. That's what he's saying. 2006.
2006.
If I get all my answers wrong, I would feel like common interest.
Me, I would fail you and me that asking the questions. We imagine that, even know who sort I mean, come on, who does that? And short answers, man. You're asking questions, you don't even know the answer.
The person asking the questions don't even know the answer.
Last one. Name 3 past students of the St. Andrews High School. Anything.
With my
Let me check the flyer there, boy.
Everton Robin as well. But no, man, Maslin Edwards went to St. Andrews High School. See, I know she's not even on the program, but I mentioned the name. I know there was there's so many students who went to the St. Andrews High School.
What?
My good friend, Eddie Bruno. Good morning to you, my brother.
Okay. Audrey George?
Yes, Audrey, yes.
Is
yes.
George Nigel? Look, I cannot see now.
Is it George? Yeah, man, Audrey
so.
George.
Yes. And many others. We'll get to that.
And
but we
many
don't have much time because we have 2 parts. So, Nigel, let's bring them on and let's salute all of them as well. Okay? Let us salute them. So, it's time to officially bring them on. And I really want to salute, though, Wilwolf Robin, Nigel, for what he continues to do in several areas. But I think I'll highlight 2 at this time. He continues to help in bringing about community cohesiveness in Wesley, especially through the reunion. He has been a guest for more than once on Connecting the Dots, so he has created that benchmark for community development, and I really like that. I like how they set up their vibes. So he's instrumental in organizing the Wesley reunion, and then there's this initiative that he's doing now with the St. Andrews High School, which to me is a hallmark of reconnection and reflection. So we really have to salute Wilwolf Robin. What is his nickname? Does he have a nickname, Nigel?
Everybody have a nickname.
I don't know.
Wilwolf, what's your nickname?
Wrigley.
Wrigley.
That sounds like a rabbit.
You shouldn't say that. Then why we look.
I love it.
No, because
believe it or not, I love it.
I can remember. I can remember reading a story about.
I would have started laughing. That's
no, Nigel. Back in the day, as a young girl, I can remember reading a story about Wrigley the rabbit. But yeah, Wrigley. No, and he also served Nigel as our roving reporter, and he did a wonderful job as our roving reporter at the recently held Dominica Diaspora Exposition in New Jersey. So no flattery intended.
Yes, he did an excellent job.
To big him up.
No, he did an excellent job. He did an excellent job, and I mean on the spot. It's not like he knew he was going to be doing that beforehand. So so we appreciated that. So well done.
Let's bring.
Well done, Wrigley.
Yes. Thank you.
And so let's bring them on, Nigel. Wrigley. Wow. Nigel, let's bring them on. Your turn.
My turn. Who I bring on? Let's bring on Audrey. Is she there? Let's see.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you're here.
Hi.
Hey, you back out well.
I have some.
Good morning.
Man. Okay, good morning to you, Audrey.
Good morning.
So let me do
wonderful. I'm doing good.
Okay. Wonderful. Welcome. We'll be finding out a little bit more about you, and your story, and of course, what's your nickname?
Everybody, most everybody that are close to me call me Odo.
Odo.
Audio.
Okay.
Okay.
Odo.
Okay.
Yes.
That's better than
See, I go
Wrigley.
now.
Yes.
So we have Audio and Wrigley.
Yes. Odo and Wrigley.
Uh, Let me
Nice
see
to
what
see you,
happens
my dear.
to
Welcome.
the other nicknames now.
Who again? Hello.
Hello, who's next? Who we have? Everton. Good morning to you, Everton.
Good morning, good morning.
I'm back
Hi.
well. Me not seeing you.
Okay, boy.
You know I'm from Wesley, right?
Yeah, also,
They
yeah.
don't speak
But-
Alright, me not see you, me not see you, me
We
not
need to
see
see
you.
you,
My
Everton.
mother speak Patois, but I understand a few.
Okay, me not see you, me not see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Put on your camera.
But I think it says that the host has disabled the.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the
Yeah.
web administrator is doing something at the moment. So
Yes,
in a while
so
we'll
okay.
see you.
I
It's
think
okay.
Alright, guys, go and say
Yes.
that
Yes.
was have strength. Alright, so we'll find out a little bit more about Everton. Of course, we'll be seeing him in a few as well. Everton, what's your nickname, Evo?
Oh no, they call me Banker. Most people in Wesley area know me for Banker.
Banker.
Wait,
Okay.
that is Banker for real?
Yes.
You see, Nigel, you just
I
went
cannot
for-
believe that, man. But Banker, good morning to you. But we'll talk more. But of course,
Good morning. Good
but
morning.
of course, man. Yes, I wanna. If you know about Banker, you'll know why I say what. That's Banker for real.
Okay.
He'll tell you why.
Okay.
He'll tell you why as it
All
comes
right.
to sports and what he used to do.
Nice.
No,
I wonder if you did, but I wonder if you mistaken me with somebody else.
no, I'm not mistaking you, man. When I see you, I remember it's the same person. All right, who's next? Smith is on. Smith Hippolyte.
Yes, I'm on. Yes, good morning.
All right. Well, somebody named Smith cannot have a nickname, so.
Well, Smith, no, well, I don't have any nickname. I only have surnames. All my names are surnames.
Oh,
Yes,
Smith Telemark,
Hippo,
yes,
that's
Smith?
it, you know.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So you can say Telemark Smith, Smith Telemark
Yes,
Smith,
Telemark.
Telemark.
Yes, yeah. I don't even know Telemark Smith.
Yes, Telemark Smith, Telemark Smith. Let's go. Any is
Thank you for
good. Okay.
All
Nice
right.
one.
So I think we have all of them, Iguna, right?
Yes.
Yes. I think we have all of them. So, as you say, I mean, we want to talk about the St. Andrews High School reunion, but before that, we always like to find out a little bit about you and, make the connection. So, Otto, tell us a little bit about Otto. What part of Dominica? Is it Marigot, Wesley, or is there a different part, Calibishi? What part of Dominica?
I'm from Kalibishi. We all know, I mean, one of the most beautiful villages in Dominica. I have to take credit. We have to take credit for that. So I'm from Kalibishi, graduated from St. Andrews High School in 1986. And currently I'm located, where I live in St. Thomas now. I lived in Florida for quite some time, just retired and moved to St. Thomas a year ago. What else I could say about myself?
What was it like for you growing up in Calibishi? Did you have a lot of fun? What is it like?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, I know Ivan, I was just saying, and you and Ivan has been having a conversation of the things that we did before the Invince Me, all of that. Those times when those were fun times. Life in Kalibishi for me was great, awesome. I actually grew up on the beach. Our house located right across from the schoolyard. If you're familiar with Kalibishi, so our house is right there. So we always on the beach. I grew up in the seawater. I grew up eating lobster. That's why I don't even care for lobster right now. I ate so much of it. Grew up with the elderly people. Grew up in the church. Grew up in the choir. Youth group. I was very active in the youth division when I was back in Dominica. So I traveled with the youth division quite a bit before I migrated. I did a lot of community work back home, back before I left Dominica. So most people that within that area, Northeast, are familiar with me, and even others with the Catholic Church are familiar with me because I was really deep in that part of life in Dominica back then. But I did not stop with that. So when I moved away, I still gave back to the community. I was one of the initial person that started the Dominica Orlando movement. It is still around, giving back to the schools in Dominica. And now that I just moved back, move down back to the islands because kind of get tired of the US a bit. Although I'm in Florida now speaking to you for the weekend. So I'm going back to St. Thomas tomorrow.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Were you troublesome like Ivona when you were in school?
I was very troublesome, but very kind and loving.
Convince me I wasn't troublesome. But I was to a
But
certain extent.
Alvin Thomas that tell me to say you were troublesome at
Yes,
school. So that's why I say that.
Okay. Convince me.
But that's good. That's good. That's good. We'll find out, of course, as we continue. You know, for our connection. A little bit.
And Nigel, let me just come in here quickly.
St. Andrews High School and all that good stuff. Yes, I will.
Let me come in here quickly. I should mention Calibishi. I can remember when I started in radio very long ago. You know, for many years, and even now, I knew Calibishi as the cleanest community. There's something about cleanliness and Calibishi that, you know, yeah, I just have to say this. So, all right, so let's move on.
True. Yes. When you drive, when you enter there and you start
really
seeing
clean place, man. Nice.
All those hedges, flowers and hedges and stuff like that. Yes. Clean village, definitely so. Yes. So, by the way, good morning, Elizabeth Thomas. Good morning to you, Liz. She said the finger sticker and you see that theme song of CTD Stats, you know. So, good morning to you. And of course, you have to remind Ivona about the Toastmasters Club. She'll be ensuring that happens.
Nigel, I'm a member, you know. Maybe not a practice member as I should. I'm a member. Yes, I'm a Toastmaster.
You are a member of the
But of course, Nigel, I tell you last week I just abdicated my responsibilities. But yeah.
Okay, well we have to get you back on board then because you know yes, we have to see get as many people as we can involved with the Toastmasters. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Julie London, good morning to you as well. She's locked in from Houston. All right, so I had to make sure I mentioned those two people on the YouTube. Okay. By the way, everybody else on YouTube, good morning to you. I know you guys keep saying me forgetting you on YouTube, so good morning to you on that. Who next we go to? We're gonna leave Wrigley for last because we had him as the roving reporter, so we found a little bit about him. So, Smith, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. Good morning.
All right, same like Odo. What part of Dominic are you from?
Okay, I am from Wesley. Wesley.
Okay.
Yeah. Do not know what Wesley was known for, right? So I don't know, maybe Mr. will to tell me. But I'm from Wesley. I'm still in Wesley actually, going back and forth, but it always leads me back to Wesley. So that's where I am right now. Attended the St. Andrews High School, as you know, that was our catchment areas from 83. Right, I spent 6 years because I repeated fourth form, so I did 9. Right, six glorious years at St. Andrews High School, and after St. Andrews High School, I came back as a teacher at St. Andrews High School. That was the rest of it. That was like the trend. You know, you go as a student, and then you come back as a teacher. Right, at St. Andrews High School. So that's where I am, and that's where I found my passion in sports. You know, from St. Andrews High School. So most people know Smith Telemark. You know, that name is very popular when it comes to sports. So I don't know if you have mistaken Banky with me.
Right? It could be, you know. When I see Banky, I'll see if I mistake both of one or the other. But I remember
next thing Banky wasn't even involved in sports
one of you in terms of sports. So
yeah, so I think you should mistake me with Smith.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So it could be.
Someone.
But what was it like for you, though, growing up in Wesley in terms of like childhood times, earlier times? What was it like?
It was. I mean, it was. They say that at that time the saying was still true. It takes a community to develop a child. Nice. So your neighbor could give you a beating. That's why I hated you know. So anybody, yes, I hated that. Your neighbor beat you, and when they tell your parents that they still get another beating, so you get around 2 or 3 of them, right? For just one thing. So that there was still the community grew up, and it was a lot more persons right now. I mean, a lot more persons. Mr. Robin was we were neighbors actually going around and doing all the no gadgets, no internet. So we had to find innovative ways to find ourselves, and that bring us a lot of joy, a lot of tree climbing, dove catching, and we just used to just do all sorts of things to keep us busy, right? But the garden in Wesley, the garden, and every young person who was growing up, the gardening was part of your bringing up, right? You had to be a farmer. It was a rite of passage. You had to be a farmer first before you come everything, right? So that was how it was. Yeah.
Nice.
Interesting. Farming was one of the major things there, right?
Yes, it was. It was.
Nice. Okay, so we go now to Wrigley.
You like
Wrigley
that
sounds like
nickname,
a gum as well, but it's
I
a
think
gum.
we have to leave Wrigley for last, as they said.
Who else will it? But who?
That
Oh,
would be me.
Okay, all
Well,
right.
is Everton set up
Everton?
now? That are we able to see him? Because
I'm not sure. I'm clicking on the video and it's saying that you cannot start this video because it was disabled by the host.
Okay. I know the host, even as we speak, he's doing a lot to ensure that this goes on well. So I'm sure he's hearing. But let's just tell us who you are, Everton. Tell us about yourself and about growing
Okay.
up. Let's see.
Oh,
Let's see if we can
definitely.
capture this. Yeah, go ahead.
But aren't you the host though? Because I'm seeing you listed as
Yes,
the
I'm the host. I'm the okay. So I'm operating in combo. I have the guy who has the technical expertise
Gotcha,
helping me.
gotcha.
So he does everything. All I have to do is just sit and look pretty, and talk
Nice.
as I like to.
Mhm.
But but I'm liaising with him, so we'll make it
Okay.
happen. Yeah.
Well, so my name is Everton Robin. I am originally from Wesley. I actually went to St. Andrews High School from third form to fifth form, and that's because I did my first 3 years of school at the Grand Dominica Grammar School. I went to when I was 11 years old.
Say
to
that
high
again. Say the
school.
name of the school again, please.
Huh?
Say the name of the school again, please.
Is it Dominica Grammar School?
Right.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
have to say the people there. You have to say the Dominica Grammar School. Okay. Continue.
Yeah, it was but
Okay, go ahead.
my story about my life in Roseau is so long, you know. Just to take a second to give you a snippet. We going to Roseau, we call it Roseau School as people from the country, was very difficult. I think I changed about 9 different homes from Loubier to Fancole in my Roseau experience going to high school for 3 years. And I could not learn because it was very difficult living outside of home. So after Hurricane David, 1979, they established a school in St. Andrews. My entire education story turned around. I became an A student and did extremely well. And so after that, when I graduated, I started teaching at St. Andrews the very same year. I taught there for about 7 years. Then I migrated to St. Martin, then to the US. So I presently live in Baltimore, Maryland, and that's where I've been for all these years.
That's an interesting thing that I'm alive over there in terms of maybe something we have never explored. How the effects or how it was in terms of students living outside of Roseau and having to come to Roseau for school. How their performance and how it affected them. The fact that they didn't have like a home base, and basically had to do the boarding and lodge, by people in Roseau. That is something that we probably haven't looked at yet and how it affected their education, because I'm hearing Everton's story, and I know it's a story for a number of other students on that passage.
There's a big story there, because my experience is typical to the vast majority of people from the Northeast, Marigot, Wesley, maybe Calabishi down to, and because life in Roseau, going on to Roseau in the morning on these trucks, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, going to school. Oh man, that was tough. Couldn't learn. I double third form. Yeah,
wow,
it was really rough.
Okay, so Nigel, you're seeing him now, right?
Yes,
Okay,
I am seeing him
in all
now.
his glory, right? That's nice.
Yes,
That's
so I'm seeing everybody now.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. That's beautiful. Yes. Yeah, man, that truck, that go coming on that truck and everything else, and trendsetters say, a PPO, according to his last year Calypso song. But I mean, yeah, going on that truck and coming down to town, and then having to, sit in the classroom and try to focus in school. But of course, as soon as it's done, you have to head back. That could be very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely so. But hey, we've made it. We were able to persevere and get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And luckily, we don't have that situation anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, Wrigley, what part of the Wrigley you from?
Good morning. I am from Wesley. Yeah, right there. I call my area Robbins Avenue. We call it right below the police station.
Okay.
So right, that's really close to the forward where all the activities took place. Well, back in the day, I still even now, which is uh, which is right by the police station and the platform right there. So I'm right
Okay.
in that area.
All right.
But I'm currently in Maryland.
Yes, yes, yes. Maryland, of course. I would say, hey, Michael Davis. Good morning to you. He's also in Maryland, I think. Yeah, is he in Maryland? Yeah, Chacha is in Maryland. So listen. I mean, we've heard about growing up in Wesley or Calibish in terms of audio and what it was like, and all the different activities and so on. School days, and we want to take it, I guess, from St. Andrews, Ivona, because we know time is up.
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah. But Nigel, I'm still
Yeah.
thinking, I don't know. You see, we have so much to cover, and probably
have a
going
lot to
forward,
cover.
sometimes we try to have two guests, two parts, but I don't know. Anyway, let's see what we can
But
do
we'll
this
make it
one
work.
today. Yes,
We'll make it work as
today.
we always do. As we always
So we'll have
do.
to go back.
So
reverse.
yes, St. Andrews High School from 1979. Of course, none of you guys were any of you there for when it started off.
Oh yeah, I was there when it started. We as I said, we started off as a result of the hurricane. Started in third form. It was really a change that was exciting. I think our first principal was Mr. Gums, and he did a miraculous work in putting the school together. And eventually we became, I would say, one of the best high schools in the entire country. And I'm sure Wrigley might give more details about the science labs that we had and all these other things that was second to none.
Yes, yes. By the way, did Alex Bruno go to St. Andrews? I think so.
I think so.
Yes.
Yes, Alex did.
Alex
Yeah.
was in Ventures.
All right. So yes, definitely. So that's good to know that too. So I can imagine, Everton. I mean, when the school started in '79, do you recall like how many students might have been there? Was it a small population or Wrigley? Any one of you guys? I'm imagining when it just started, it might have been just a few students, right?
Not really,
No.
I am not sure.
We had a lot of students. As a matter of fact, I think they started off with they had a first form,
Okay.
and because it was put together, in such a good way that those of us who were already in high school, we were able to move up and continue from the form where we were
Okay.
in the other schools. So there were students there from all the other high schools from Roseau, and also first forms after common entrance exam. So it was a lot.
Okay. What was the school's
And
motto?
we had this our school was like a campus. It was on the Londonderry estate where it was originally used by the youth camp. So there were different houses, and there was a big auditorium, and there was a really nice path with nice landscape. So it was really like a university setting. We had such a nice environment to work in. I think that also helped us a lot.
What was the motto of the school?
Yeah, it's right
I
there.
have it up on the screen.
No, I say
on
it,
my
but I want you to
background.
say it. Yeah.
All striving, all achieving.
Okay. All striving, all achieving. Interesting, Nigel.
Yes, nice motto, and they have kept that since. So Banker, in terms of the principles that you might have gone through, and then we'll hear from the others. You said Gums started the school, right?
Yeah, it's Richly Gums.
Gums.
Yeah, he died some time ago, but he was one of the big persons in the Methodist Church, because it was the Methodist Church that really put the idea together and managed the school. So that it was like a Methodist school.
Okay.
And he was the principal while you were there throughout, right?
He was the first principal, but St. Andrews passed maybe about 6 principals. That's a rough number. I mean, we have stories to tell about principals. There's a lot to tell. I cannot ever mention principal without talking about Mr. David Edwards. David Edwards actually was the person who put St. Andrews on the map. He did a remarkable job in putting things together. And in my opinion, I think David Edwards was one of the best high school principals in Dominica.
That's good. I remember David Edwards when I started in
I
radio.
kid you not.
That's good. That's good.
Although was he a principal?
Yes. Yeah, he was. David Edwards. I mean, I passed through some principals that there were some stories to tell. And like we had this principal, Mr. Brown, that did not want us to come to school with our year cornrow. So we will come to school and we have to unplug all the cornrows in our year. And I remember my cousin, her hair wasn't too long. So when she take all the little cornrows, it just was like little things just flying all over the place. She cried so hard, you know. So that was Mr. Brown. But as Banker said, I mean, Mr. Edwards came in, so he was my principal for like up to the time I graduated from school. And he came in and he really changed things because he was able to relate to us, seeing that he's from Wesley, and he was able to he was part of the community, so it was easier for him to get acquainted to the culture of us in that area. So.
Give us one of your most memorable experiences at that school. You mentioned Mr. Brown and all of that and the cornrows, but what stands out for you as a student, a past student of this co-ed institution? What really stands out for you? What can you remember that is just like forever etched in your memory?
What really is something I remember. I had this teacher, Mr. Dwight Scotland. He passed away a couple years ago, and at the time in fifth form. There was actually no teacher for he ended up teaching like 3 classes because we didn't have a teacher for accounting and then we didn't have a teacher for business, and he had another class he taught. But what he had to do, just because we already signed up, we already paid for GCE and CXC and all that stuff, he had to teach his regular classes during regular 8 to 1. But then we had to stay back in school, like from 2 o'clock, sometimes 2 to 4, for him to teach us to do our business classes and accounting classes. And what really etched in my mind is he was so committed. Because of how committed he was, we had to become as committed as him because we wanted to pass our classes. We wanted to do good. And to make it fun, I mean, I used to ask my mother to cook a pilau, so I'll bring pilau to school so we could share in the class and bring Mr. Scotland his lunch. You know, we used to do things like that just to make it fun. But the reason why that's something that really stood out with me is that at the end of it, everyone in that class, it wasn't much of it, like 8 of us or 8 or 9 of us, I think. We all passed with 1s and 2s and A's. It was everyone passed that class. And Mr. Scotland went way out of his way to ensure that we did well. I mean, there was nothing he didn't do to make sure. So that is something that really resonated with me because I could see what a teacher is. I mean, when he passed away, I literally cried because I know how much he went above and beyond to ensure we already paid, we did our to make sure we passed that class. So, and overall, I mean, when it comes to classes overall, I think the teachers, I guess because we were in the community from Kalinago to Kalibishi, being in that community, they saw us differently because we were part of that community. You go to church, they're going to see us in church. You go to an event in that area, you're going to see us. So with that, it was just like we were, apart from being brothers and sisters, they were like our parents, apart from being our teachers. And I think that's why we thrive so much in St. Andrews High School.
Oh, Major, that's good.
Yeah, man. Yes, definitely. Dwight, my dear friend. Yeah, we were at 6th form at the time. Wrigley, who was your principal then? Was it Mr. Brown as well or different?
No, well, actually, I came in through, to St. Andrews, I went from 86 to 89. I actually entered St. Andrews with the GSP system. And when I started, it was under Mr. Edwards. And in my final year, it was Mr. Edwards had gone on to study, I think. And our principal was a lady from Jamaica by the name of Patricia Max. So when I graduated, she was the principal at the time.
Okay. All right.
So
So go
go ahead,
ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead, because I wanted us to move now to the reunion. I don't
To
want to
the
rush it,
reunion,
but
yes,
I
yes,
want
yes, yes, yes.
to get the reason for this, and how things are going, what is in the planning and all of that. So if you want to ask something before that.
No, we can go to the reunion because that's, I mean, kind of setting a nice foundation of all the different principles we've gone through
Okay,
and
thank you,
all what
SMA.
has happened there. So,
Thank you, SMA student, for giving the Dominica Grammar School their rightful place. No. Okay, so you all decided to have a reunion, and let us go there. Let us look at what is happening now in terms of this. Was it an idea that was born not just this year or years ago? So tell us about how this came about, really.
Well, the reunion, we are, I mean, as a people, as Dominicans, and as people as in general, I always say we are social beings. We like to be among each other. That's why when they put people in prison, they isolate you and you don't like it. You don't feel good when you're isolated. So we like to come together. And but reunion has been a talk for a while. It wasn't my original idea. Many people try to do a class reunion. And then some people, I think, in some recent year, a few years before we actually start implementing this, some people mentioned about doing a reunion, but it was always it was never nobody actually took that step. So, but I decided since the school closed, and it was relative to other high schools in Dominica. St. Andrews was short-lived. I mean, from 1979 to 2006, right? So it was a very young school at the time. So I say hey, from that time we could do a grand reunion. Let's try to incorporate everybody from all the different years and come together. So that was the main, because we had that bond. Even though you see Audrey and Banka and these other guys were there way before, we can still come and talk about our experience at St. Andrews, and it's always the same thing. I mean, maybe there were a few people that maybe didn't have that. They may have a different view, but for the vast majority of people at St. Andrews, those are cherished years, and that's why we wanted to come together and celebrate, because we are really since the school is closed now, we are really the school right now.
and when is that reunion planned for?
The reunion is going to take place from the 6th of July to the 12th of July.
Okay, so July 6th to the 12th is going to be the grand reunion. Is that going to be in London? There is that going to be in West? Is that going to be Raw? Where is it going to be?
So what we're trying to do, since the catchment area for the school was between the Kalinago territory and the Kalibishi, we are going to try to touch all the different communities. We're going to try to do something within all those areas during the time. So we start off, for instance, with the opening service, and that will be at the Margot Methodist Church. And obviously, we started at the Methodist Church because they were the one that actually started the school. So we are doing that in collaboration with the Methodist Church.
Nice.
And that will be on July 6th, right? Oh.
That will be on July 6th.
Okay.
And following that, we are going down to Kalibishi, Audrey's community, where we're going to have a meet and greet at that location. So that's where we're going to interact. We'll have music, we'll have food, it's just a lovely time. Our first time, people going to meet each other for the first time in a long time. They're going to come, and you have that more kind of intimate interaction rather than in the church where you have to just
And although I can imagine that the Kalibishi village is preparing for that, community is getting ready for that.
They are getting ready. We have the web, one of the person instrumental in making sure everything is ready on ground. So he's working on that down there. So yes, the community is ready. I'm traveling down before that, so I'm going to take some time to go back up and down the village to ensure everyone is ready to even capitalize on getting some type of revenue from that event apart from what because we're gonna have a large crowd attending.
Okay. Is there
And Smith, what is there any activity taking place in Wesley?
Well, that's the second day. So as Mr. Robin goes through, he will mention Wesley. So something is happening in Wesley on the second day. So Mr. Robin, you will tell of the second day. And all the
Yes. Yes, so the community, our day number 2, we call it our community outreach, where we're gonna try to get in all the different community and do some community work. You know, I don't know for others, but community day of service was one of my favorite time in Dominica. I loved going out there and getting physical, doing the work, and it was just a wonderful feeling for me. So that we are gonna be. In Wesley, we are going to be painting some bus stops. There are 2 bus stops we're going to be painting, one in Londonderry and one actually right in the Fore Road. We are trying to get some information for a little monument that thing, but I'm still working to resolve something there. And then we have in Atkinson and the Kalinago territory. I know we're going to do handing out some sporting equipment, because that's what they requested. And at Kingston, a bus stop, Marigot, we're going to be involved in a feeding program in collaboration with someone that's already doing it. I'm working on the Woodfordale. I sent some information, some letter to them already. Still, they have to resolve something to get back to us. But painting, it shouldn't take a lot of organization, so we are still trying to resolve that. Okay. So those are some of the things. So on that day number 2, we're gonna try to do all the villages, and we're gonna try to make it fun. We're gonna try to do it in a fun way.
Calling on all past students of the school, St. Andrews High School, to turn out. What is the reviews like though from the other past students, apart from the core committee? You mentioned Webb, and of course we know Alex Bruno went to the school as well. But what is the general review, the overall review more so of the past students?
Well, I think people are very excited about the reunion, and maybe I could let Smith tell you a little bit, especially on the ground, because I think about 2 weeks ago we had a lunch, and he can tell you how excited the people are when they were going around with a truck with the music, telling them what's coming. It's pure excitement. So Smith, maybe you can elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah. So just 2 Sundays ago, we had the ground lunch. Just taking a page from when you have the World Quail Festival and stuff like that, you go around and you publicize. So we did the same from Calibishi all the way to the Kalinago territory, and I must say that's the first time some those of our past students who were on the ground who were hearing about it, and they were very excited. They are very excited, and they are just looking forward in being there. And most of the things, and one of the things that actually kept us together, as the whole, whether you're from one year to the other year, apart from being at St. Andrews High School, was the houses. And when you come to the sports day, that's a whole different thing, of course, I'm going to say. But it was really excited, and they are excited, and everybody just starts speaking about how it used to be and what it was before, and just a whole excitement that actually took place from Calibishi all the way to the Kalinago territory. We also went to Concord as well, because Concord, that's also in the Catherine area. So we did a very good, nice walk around. We had some tickets, some raffle tickets. That's where we had the most sales. I thought we sell books upon books, and those was just ticket back. So I must say it was such an exciting. So it was just one activity. Right? Drive on, just pass and drive and make a noise. Was so excited. I could well imagine the entire week. Right? It was exciting. And then everyone is energized and just waiting for the time to come.
Yeah, I could mention something on that also. We also have a contact information form that we sent out to all the past students throughout Dominica and throughout the diaspora. And we had very good response. We had about 73% out of about close to 500 persons said that they're going to be part of it. So we're getting a good response from the diaspora also. So we should be having quite a few persons visiting Dominica for that time, which is going to mean a lot economically.
Definitely. So that's true, because you want to make sure you have to generate that economic activity from the reunion. So that's day 3. What else happening in Wrigley?
Okay, so come day number 3, we're gonna have health fairs. We're gonna have 2 health fairs. One in the Wesley Marigot Health District, and the other in I hope I'm using the right term here, and then the Kalinago area. So we're gonna have 2 health fairs. We have many medical professionals that have studied in St. Andrew and moved out to study medicine and nursing and in the field of health. So many of them are gonna be there on the ground to give free service. We have several different non-communicable disease. They will be testing like for prostate, for diabetes. I know there's a test called A1C that can check your blood sugar over time, and they're all different type of testing for these type of sickness that will be available at your disposal on that time. So I'm encouraging people. You don't have to not the St. Andrews past student, but everyone in the community. That's part of our giving back. So in the reunion, it's not just about fun for us. We also want to give back to the communities, and that is one of the ways that we see we could do. And so we have sent down several barrels of stuff. Some people have been very generous. We also, on that, we have one of our major sponsors, Fresh Market Pharmacy. They are one of our major sponsors, and they made a tremendous help, been a tremendous help to us in facilitating this health fair. And so, and then we have several barrels of stuff that are being on the way right now, shipped down to Dominica. So I'm encouraging the community to get out there and check, because it's always good to get this check in advance. Or even though you have it already, you have all these different professionals at your disposal, and so take advantage of it.
Definitely so. Before I forget,
the one more thing, I think it's going to go from 8 to 2 on that morning. So just be aware of the time.
Where's it going to be?
So at the Wesley Health Center.
Okay.
And the other one is, I think, is it Atkinson?
Yes,
I forgot
Atkinson.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you have that health fair that's going to be taking place there as part of the reunion. So that's a good thing, that you mixing everything. It's not just the fun part, but you want to make sure you can include the health thing as well. Before I forget, because Rennick Thomas asked me that 3 times already. Banker, Rennick Thomas wants your phone number, so he can get in touch with the 2 plumbers. He says, remember you at the DGS hostel.
Yeah. I'm the other person. One person I remember at Dominic Grammar School was Claude Weeks. I went to school with Claude. We were the same first form. But but the person who's asking, I could always reach out to them personally.
All right. So Rennick, you will get the number through Ivona or through me, and we'll give you the phone number. All right? Yes. Rennick Thomas. Good morning to you. SMA, by the way, he went. So that's day 3. What's happening after that? What's going on after that?
Well, day 4, maybe Smith can elaborate on that one, but day number 4, that's
number 4 is
and what? That's the 4th day. Are we getting ready?
Oh, so these are the corners of the houses.
We are getting ready.
So that's the house.
Yes.
And this is my house, right? The gums.
Yeah,
the gums,
man.
right? So we have that. We have the t-shirts.
Yes.
The child's house. After I think Damien doing the child's. We have the pastor's house.
Club girl.
And Audrey's clapping on that one.
Yeah.
They think they are the best house, but we'll see. And then we have Gums, the Gums house, the greenhouse. After obviously the first principal, Mr. Gums, and then Stephen, that's Smith's house.
That's the one. That's the
So that's where.
So tell us the houses again. Tell us the houses again. You have what? Give us the houses.
We have Gums, which is green. We have Charles, which is yellow. We have Pascal's red, and Stevens blue.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
We also have some mugs, and that one, I see no color, but there is the one of the iconic structures on the campus, the auditorium where all the assemblies were kept,
Okay.
and then at the back of it we have the reunion logo.
Okay, that's
So
good.
That's well done,
Yeah.
man. Well done, well done. So the sports day is gonna be a big thing, right, Smith?
Yes, so the sports day, no, I think, no, it's not only sports day, if you realize. You see the colors of the houses, that's what kept you together. I mean, sports day was not only sport, it was the to brag and right for house, for your house
Yeah, that's
for,
it.
for entire year. Imagine we used to have students who in the primary school, right, who were vying and crying when they come to the school and realize that because the houses were like selected, was given to you, they were crying in tears because they went to a particular house and they don't want to be in that house. That was how the sports day was, and that's how the importance of the house.
Wow.
Now the names, if you realize,
I'm happy
if you
about
go
this
back to the names, you'll hear Gum was the first principal. You know, these are the surnames. Stevens, most probably the first. He was the first, I think, education officer. We have Charles and Pascal. So all these are the names of persons in the area, and from if you realize they're Margaret names, right? You know that you hear the Lintons because Linton's a very popular name as well, right?
Yeah.
But if there was a fifth one, most probably could have been Linton. But that's how it is. So sports they give you the bragging right for an entire year. Despite you have other activities like academics and debates and so, but your house, that's what you have to guard your house and you have to compete to your house with all your heart and all your soul, right? And that is what we're going to bring back, right, in the sports day.
Yeah.
Now, on that sports day, you normally start up and like all the other activities that we are going to do, that we are intending on, we are going to try to recreate what is to happen at St. Andrew's High School.
Okay.
So before the sports day, we won't be able to do that because of the time, but before in St. Andrew's High School, before the sports day, we had the pre-run for sports day. So we have 2 weeks of activities leading up to sports day. You can imagine the amount of excitement that used to build, where you start to build the house, build your points, bit by bit, bit by bit. And then we started off with a parade. So we started with a big house parade, like the opening of the Olympics, right? So you can imagine the Olympics are occurring on Londonderry. That's how it is. Every house is responsible for over 15 minutes or half an hour presentation, right? And that used to happen in the morning. So we're going to try to do something like that, right? And we're going to continue. But right now, we are old now. Some of us can barely walk, so we're going to have some of the traditional events.
Like
We're going to have traditional events. And but we know cricket, so we're gonna play cricket. I know most people don't take part in cricket, so we're gonna have because of one day we're gonna have like a T10 or a T5 or take ball cricket. We're gonna have rounders because the ladies love the rounders, right? We're going to have dominoes, right? Because we have dominoes. We're also going to have a draft tournament because we have a draft tournament being part of the school competition as well, occurring on the side. And then we're going to have the fun events. So the fun events would be the bottle balancing. We still have a sprint because the persons who left in 2006, right? 2006, they're still young and they're still sprinting. So we still have a short sprint and a short dash for those persons. So we still can have some physical activities for the latter half, right? We were like the middle half of St. Andrew's High School. Okay. For those who were there when the school ended are still young, so they'll still sprint for the houses. We're going to have water balancing, bone eating, all the fun events that we have back, on a fair, lime and spoon. But we won't have free-legged race. We're going to have, relays, short relays, right? And we also have the grand finale of the first days, but not really grand, but we are going to have a tug of war. Right? We always have a tug of war to decide which house will be the strongest house. I know Stephen's house is the strongest house, right? So we're going to prove to them once they get that Stephen is the strongest house, right? Other houses have other things going on, but we don't know. But so that's exactly how it is. So the energy and the excitement that we used to have at St. Andrew's High School, just to give your house, right, bragging right for 1 year, we are going to turn out in more greater numbers because we're going to give bragging rights for another 20 years. Because we might have another grand reunion. So that's why we encourage every house person to please come down to the Londonderry St. Phil on the Wednesday right? You have to be on Wednesday. We start in the morning, so you got to take a day off because with the amount of activities that we have, we cannot really run in an afternoon. We want one day. So please ask your boss man, whosoever it is, come to Londonderry because everything is going to happen at the Londonderry playing field, right?
Well
The field is
said.
set and cut and ready, and we're just waiting for the spot. That's what we're going to do.
Man, I
Nigel, what
can
we
feel
can
the
do-
energy
Yes.
and the excitement and everything that's going to be
Yeah,
happening. What's there, and the house is fighting for each other, and fighting for
So
brand
Nigel, what we
rights.
can do is we can get a follow-up from them on another
Yes,
program.
yes, because I
and,
know we have
coming
to
on to
wrap
the
up
end.
for the second
We can
part.
get a follow-up
So,
from
so
them.
just kind of summarize quickly,
Yes.
Wrigley, in terms of the other activities.
All right. Yeah. So after the sports day, by the way, the sports will be vying for one trophy. There's gonna be one trophy, one reunion trophy, and we're gonna vie for that. After that, we head on to Calibishi again at the Webs play. I think something of Reefs. I forgot the exact name, but we're gonna have
Let's
karaoke. Nets of Reef karaoke night on that time. So imagine how much fun that is gonna be. Even you cannot sing, you can still pick up the mic and have some fun. And then on the Thursday, we have a Northeast Comprehensive Outreach where we're going to interact with the students from the Northeast, from various people from different backgrounds. Carre is going to come interact with the student, almost like a Carre fair, basically. And we're going to have some handouts and everything. And then after that, we're going to head down to one of the major events, the banquet and award at the Intercontinental Hotel in Portsmouth, and Audrey can give us a little bit about that. She is the one heading that committee.
Okay, let's do that quickly.
Okay. I'm going to do it very quickly,
Yeah.
Ivana. So that's July 10th, which is the Thursday. We all roads lead to the Intercontinental Hotel Resort, and that's for our awards event. It starts at 5 p.m. with cocktail hour, and then followed by dinner, which starts at 7 p.m. We have live band, we have entertainment. We will be giving out awards to some of our past educators. We also will have time for you to network. There will be a 4-course meal for dinner. It's going to be a formal red carpet event. Tickets, the deadline passed, however, we are getting, it's going to be a full house, to be honest. It's going to be a full house. We have tickets selling. It's going to be for past students. However, we welcome tickets from the community as well, because we would not be there without the entire community. So even though you did not go to St. Andrews and you want to attend the event to commemorate those at St. Andrews, you're welcome to go on our website, and then we can go in and purchase tickets. We have a few more tickets remaining. Just to give you, I know we're rushing, however, I know we were looking for who went to St. Andrews. We do have our president, Her Excellency Sylvanie Button. She is one of the first students that went to St. Andrews High School and graduated from St. Andrews. We hoping that she will be in attendance. That's still being worked on.
Okay.
But for now, that's the event we have. That's the main event.
So
of
what we can do,
reunion.
Nigel, is squeeze them on another program, just before, or just do even the week of the activities, so we can talk a little more on that. But it was anything else? That's it in terms of the activities.
Yeah. So the activity after that, the Friday, Small Island tour, and then we have the grand finale on Saturday at the Melvin Hall at I think they call it Driftwood. We have our beach party / social. We're gonna have music and food and everything. We're gonna have a wonderful time there. And don't forget, we also have a fundraiser. We have a raffle that is going on, open to all Dominicans. A big 70-inch TV is right now on the way down to Dominica. It can be at your home on July 12th. And tickets are only going for $5. Right. And if you want to get more information, you can check SAPSA Inc. at sapinc.org, and just follow the link. You'll get a link so you can buy the tickets online. So you have a TV, you have a microwave, and an air fryer going on sale. And open to all Dominicans. So take advantage of it.
Okay. So,
Mr. Don't forget one more thing. And on Friday night, we are also at
Stacey.
Okay.
All right. Have a big jam.
Okay. So as I say, we can have a short discussion with you all again. But we have to end. We have students. We have young people.
Yes.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Thank you.
We did not want to rush you all. Just understand that. But
I understand.
yes, yes.
Just fun. You see, that's how fun. That's why you couldn't have it for just half an hour.
Yes.
Half an hour.
So yes, yeah.
Thank you,
Listen, man, we will
Thank you,
connect
Nigel.
again.
Yes.
We will
We'll
connect again for sure
Take
before the
care.
event.
Thank
you
you.
know?
Okay, wonderful.
Nigel, look for my number in the chat. I put my number in the chat.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
So I'll give that to him.
Take care.
Excellent.
All right.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you all.
All right, bye. Okay. Nah.
Bye.
Yeah.
All
Nigel,
right.
I
That's a
enjoyed
good
this.
one.
I enjoyed this. They're really excited about this. And
All
that
right,
is
guys.
very,
Nice
very
talking
good.
to you all.
Yeah.
Same here.
Nice
All
background,
right.
by the way. Hey, Nigel. Yes, sir, Papa. Nigel, we'll have to stick to our agenda. We can have one.
Yes,
guest.
we'll have to stick to our agenda. We'll have one.
Because, anyway. But we have young people here, and it's really a pleasure to have them. So I'm going to put them on. Let's run with the vibes, because we want to bring on the Sisserou singers. And for us, this is a big thing as well. When you consider what they are doing as young people, and when you get the story, how that group started, Sixth Form Sisserou Singers. So yes, it's part 2 now on Connecting the Dots, Nigel. So let's bring on our guests. They are here, Nigel. But to get to by the way, Nigel, even before I talk about the Sisserou singers, we have a lot of people on, and I think we should just call some names quickly, even if we cannot read the messages whilst they were on, whilst the school was on, the school.
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews High School. Yes.
Definitely. So we have a lot of people on. So
good
morning to all of them.
Let's have Lau Burnett. On as well, Agafa Joseph, and they have given a lot of comments. Maslin Edwards as well. Wilworth Robin also commented, and I just want to call some names. Miguel Murphy and is on as well. Rosalind Severin McLean. Hello to all of you. And yes, Nigel.
Amber Thomas, good morning to you as well. Mikala Robin, good morning to you as well. Law Burnett, good morning for logging in.
Nelson,
my dear friend. Yes, Lauren Bannis Roberts, good morning to you as well.
Rufina
Bruno. Joseph, good morning.
Prince Joan.
Simeon George, good morning. Yes, Prince Joan. Hey, Joan, good morning to you.
Hello. Nigel, let's bring them on, son. Yes,
let's bring.
Let's bring down the pretty people, lovely people, handsome people.
When you're bringing them on, are they gonna sing a song?
But they had better sing, eh?
I mean,
they had better sing.
They're singers, so I think we should they should be introduced and they should welcome us for song.
Yes. But ready to get to the essence of the Sixth Form Sisserou singers, Nigel, you'll have to do more than to look at previous productions or photos, or try to remember some of the songs the group is well known for, because this story of the formation of the Sisserou singers, the Sixth Form Sisserou singers, and the success that they have enjoyed over the years is really stored in the memory of one Pearl Christian. And she speaks well, so you'll enjoy listening to Pearl. I mean, if you want to know about the Sisserou singers, Sixth Form Sisserou singers, ask Auntie Pearl. She's not a guest today, but her work, that led to the formation of this group is remarkable, and we always have to, bring out. Nigel, she has not been a guest. Why?
I don't know. I mean, I know.
I asked her once very, very long ago.
My dear former colleague at Cultural Division. Hey, Pearl, good morning. And yes, you definitely have to be a guest. We have to connect with you to make sure that happens.
Yes. And the group is led now.
We have to document your story and your journey.
Sure.
It's a wonderful journey.
The group is led now by Marie Pascal, who was a guest, and she understands the task, at hand as well. And we have 4 young people with us in studio who I'm sure are proud to say, I am a member of the Sixth Form Sisserou Singers. Nigel, I really wish that they would just break out in song. And
that's the idea.
Well, I'll be patient.
I know Auntie Pearl would be very happy to hear them, give us a nice little rendition.
It's always good to see young people really
without any practice.
It's good to see young people take up things like that. And there's one I know well. I'm Edgar Hunter's daughter, and she's in so many things. Sometimes you wonder, how they find the time to be involved in so many things. But that's good. It keeps you well grounded, and
it does.
It really helps in your whole upbringing. And even at school and everything, higher education and all of that. That's a plus when you can be involved, when you can contribute to things like that, voluntary service and all of that. But anyway, it's not my story to tell. Let's go to them. They are smiling, they are laughing, and I'm happy about this. Hi. Nigel, say hi. Say hi for them to do that again.
Oh, they're gonna. Hi.
Hi.
Wow.
I like that.
They understand the assignment.
They understand the assignment. Yes.
I will just tell them
yes,
how you
yes.
get for this to say how you get it anyway. Wow,
they'll
it's a
give us
pleasure.
another, they'll give us another little bit of harmony there again. It's something beautiful. Yes, so we'll start with the gentleman first. I'm gonna start with gentleman first. Breaking protocol. Good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ivona and Nigel, for having us on. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk about our upcoming production, Voices of Light. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys for having us on.
And when you're involved in a choir group, you have to speak well. You have to enunciate, and he's doing that well. So we'll hear that from all of them. Okay, so who next? We'll start with the gentleman first. It's okay. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Carlin Christopher. I am a new member of the Sisserou Singers, and this year will be my first production.
Your first production, new member. Okay, I'm hearing some feedback from them. Let me see if I can make this way.
First production. Are you nervous?
Kind of.
Or excited?
Nah, man.
I'm more excited than nervous.
Okay, that's good.
Of course.
Okay, let's hear the young lady.
How's the rehearsals been like for you going? How's the rehearsals been going?
Rehearsals have been great so far. It's getting a little more intense as we're coming closer.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yes. But overall, it's okay.
Okay. So there's this young lady in between the two gentlemen. Tell us who you are.
Hi everyone, my name is Shanice Regis and I am a second soprano.
Second soprano.
Yes.
Okay, how
you have first soprano and second soprano, that's what it is?
Yes, we do.
Me, I could never be in that range.
what I mean, no pressure, but what is the difference between the two if you and it's okay?
Yeah, it's okay. First soprano top would be the ones who hit the highest notes. And the second sopranos, they have high voices but not as high as the tops.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. Nice. All right.
Hi,
all right. Next,
Miss Hunter.
Hi, I'm Annalisa Hunter. I am also a new member of the Sixth Form Sisserou Singers, and I'm quite excited for production this year.
Oh, you're a new member.
Yes, I am.
Okay, you fit in so nicely.
Yes, and just as I asked, how could I forget his name already? I'm so sorry, my dear.
Calvin.
Yes. How has rehearsals been for you, Annalisa?
Rehearsals really has been fun. It's been a truly transformative experience because we've been able to learn how to manage our daily lives while doing intense rehearsals on a regular basis and just to give everybody, the public, a great show.
Wow.
Yes. And if I know your daddy well, he probably there taking notes and telling you, well, you should have done that and go on that side and so on. Yes. Hey, Edgar, good morning to you.
What I want to know.
Of course. Ruby will do the same thing. Yes.
Also, I just realized, given all the excitement, I forgot to introduce myself.
Yes, you did.
And we don't even realize that.
I just
introduce yourself, Tan.
So, hi everyone. My name is Samaj Bernard. I am a tenor as well as a social media manager for the Sixth Form Sisserou Singers.
Okay, Samaj. How do you spell that, Samaj?
Oh, Samaj. Interesting fact.
Like James backward.
James backward. Yeah.
Samaj.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
That is nice. That is cool. And like all the others, how was the rehearsals? Is this your first production? I don't think so.
No, Shanice and I have been in the choir for 5 years.
Okay.
So this would be
okay. So what have you seen this year in terms of the production getting together? Is it the same intense rehearsals? Everybody excited, nervous, getting closer to the date?
I mean, given us as we're closer to the date, everyone is excited. Everyone is feeling the pressure because we want to put on a good show for everyone. So we're nervous, we're excited, we're anxious. So, and we're tired also because we're practicing every single day of the week right now. So yeah.
No, this group is a true testament to Dominica's vibrant musical heritage. What for each of you is maybe the biggest takeaway as a member of the Sixth Form Sisserou Singers? I would like to hear each of you answer this question.
I think we can go down the line to Annalisa first.
Okay, if you want to do it that way, it's all right.
Well, that it shows me that throughout generations we can continue passing on our culture, that even though it started so many years ago, 31 to be exact, that its culture never failed and it's been the same or similar experiences throughout the generations, and it has shaped a lot of our young leaders here in Dominica today. And it really has been touching to me that okay, other people just like me have joined and are able to do great things. So maybe I can do great things as well.
I like this.
Just to piggyback on what Annalisa said, given the 31 years of giving back to culture, Sisserou has also given a platform for people with talents. And for me, why I joined is to really hone and develop my talents and to gain stage presence, because I used to be very nervous before performing. And the choir has given that to many people like Tasha P, Mary Pascal, our director, and many other icons in Dominica who have passed through the Sixth Form Singers. So, yeah, they have contributed a lot.
Yes. Next.
For me, the biggest takeaway would be dedication and time management. Because for you to be a member of Sisserou Singers, you have to have those two things, or you will not make it at all.
Dedication and time management, that's important.
Yeah, I love that.
For me as well, the biggest takeaway from this is exploring different aspects in music and how to relate it in life as well. For me, it just when I used to go to school, I joined my choir. I used to be frowned upon for joining a choir as a male, but since as I joined Sisserou Singers, I have never been frowned upon or judged. I was accepted as a family, and that's my biggest takeaway from it.
Let's get a.
That is wonderful, man. I love that.
Yes, I love
family vibe.
No, when you put all of this together, that the answers that they gave, you'll really get, to understand how important this group is, for not just music in Dominica, but for a lot, for connection, for cultural heritage, and we could go on and on and on. So hats off to all of you as you come on. And I'm really happy that we could, spare you some time on radio. I'm not saying that because we're ending now. We have more time. We only have to sing, So get ready. But you all really contribute to the rich tapestry of Dominica's music, the Caribbean by extension. But let's stay at home for now. And tell us what this cultural identity and expression means to you. How important do you see yourselves as, young people involved in something which, as I said, contributes to the tapestry of our music in Dominica?
You want everybody to answer?
I would like that answer from all of you.
Okay.
For documentation purposes, that would be good. By the way, for posterity, you could go back to this years after and see how you answer that question and compare it with where you are at that time. And so let's hear an answer from all of you.
Okay. Well, I can start first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Given me, I've also loved Dominican culture, but one part of it I've yet to really hone is to speak Creole. I know it's a bad thing. You're Dominican, you don't know how to speak Creole properly. But since joining the choir, I've learned how to speak Creole, sing Creole. Like when you see Independence Season comes, like everything we have to sing is in Creole. It's patois. So being a part of the Sixth Singers, you are forced, not happily, positively forced, to learn patois, and it is something that is really honed into us to learn it, and to also learn the dance moves as well, and to learn the cultural significance behind singing certain songs. Like certain songs you hear from like Kashaku or like Granby, and then you hear like the history behind it, and you have given even a more love for the music and for the culture, and to actually perform it on stage and to see the smiles from everybody, especially people from other countries seeing us perform those cultural songs or even dances, and the look of admiration is just everything, to be honest.
You must see my smile because I'm very happy that you brought that out, the Creole, and the fact that you're happy to learn this.
Yes.
And that is good. That is who we are as Dominicans. And if as a young person you can say this for you, is one of the highlights, in reference to what you're involved in, I say bad bravo. So that's a Creole term. And that's good. That's really good. And by the way, Nigel, I'm looking at the live, and Rosalind Severin is saying, what a beautiful, cultured young man. His tone, his voice, his speech, his pleasant personality. Young man, you stand out among men. That's good. That's good. All right. So I'm speaking about the young man in the brown T-shirt. Okay, that's what she's saying as well.
That's what she said. Okay,
so the question stands for an answer from the others. Anyone who wants to take a go at it.
Piggybacking off what Simar said, it's really and truly learning the Creole language, because a lot of time Creole was used to speak in a sense of a secretive term and not taught. But now being a member of Sisserou Singers, we kind of have to learn what these words mean and what we are saying for us to have the correct emotions. And it's not even that we learn it just during independence. Even when it comes to folk section for production, we have a lot of heavily patois songs, so you have to learn a full song in Creole. So it kind of tests your limits to see how much you can learn in a short space of time.
And when you get the true meaning, because you maybe did not know it before, but when you understand what it means in English, I'm sure you get the sense that wow, but it sounds better in Creole, man.
Yes.
There are certain things that really sounds better in Creole.
And sometimes we grew up singing songs, and when we come back, we're like, that's what it means. I never knew that's what that song meant.
Yeah, so when you hear something like Sauka di la vérité, Sauka di la vie toujours doux à Dominique, I mean, you can understand what that means, you know. Voila. Okay, so next, I'm just here talking. Okay, next with the question I asked about, you know.
So in terms of the culture, it really touched me during the independence season when Sisserou had to perform at all these different cultural events, and you are able to see the display of our culture through not just Sisserou, but through the different groups. And that Sisserou is a part of spreading that culture to the younger generations, and a lot of young people look up in that case that, oh, maybe I can be part of independence and it will never necessarily die, because it allows us to continue celebrating our independence and learning different ways to celebrate the independence. And it also in a sense forces you to research your culture, especially during independence time when you're performing certain songs or you're performing at certain events, and you have to go back and get into the right mood to perform that song. It allows you to be like, okay, oh, this is what happened in the past. This is the reason why this song was written. So this is why we're singing this song and we continue to sing this song.
Nigel, I'm smiling. I can't even contain myself. Best I put off my camera, man. I love this. It's always a pleasure to speak with you.
I don't see you smiling, but I can just hear you smiling.
No, it's there because it just ties us to our culture even more. And the fact that young people can talk about the Creole and how they love this and the expressions. And you know, when you sing in Creole, you have to car away. So you have to do a lot. Anyway.
A lot of expression.
Yes, that is it. That is who we are as Dominicans. So we have to express ourselves. Okay, so everybody answer the question?
Calvin.
So Uncle Nigel can ask his. Yeah, tell us.
As a young boy growing up, I always loved culture. I'm a part of a dance group, a cultural dance group, which is called Belté Dominique. I've been dancing for 4 years, and I love my culture because it's expression and it shows that you love your country. And since I've joined Sisserou Singers in January, we've been practicing all the Creole songs and we've been interpreting the dances as well. So that give me more the word I'm looking for, but more passion about it as well. The fact that we in the dance move we interpreted most of Marzouk, Bele, those type of things. Yeah, and it's giving me a warmth that more young people is more getting into the culture. Yeah.
What is Belté Dominique? What does that mean in English? Belté Dominique. Belté. That's the beauty of Dominica. Belté Dominique. Yes. Yeah. Nigel, we ready for a song, man?
Well, I feel they want to give us a song. I don't know why.
Boy,
they can kind of talk amongst themselves and decide what they want to do.
What song would you guys like?
We gonna get a song?
I mean, what song?
And what I like about the
anything you want to do.
Anything you want to do. I have seen a lot of productions.
Anything.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of productions, and I always like the different genres that they bring across. So they have calypso, as they have the Creole songs and all of that. So
yes, that's one thing. That's one thing I know that
In fact, the very first time I heard a non-Dominican sing this song, one my favorite songs of all time, Many Rains Ago by Edsel Mbulu, it was Marie Pascal, and it was years ago when she had just come to Dominica. She sang that song, and I was like, wow. You know, so they really toy with a lot of genres in the sixth form.
Yeah, they do. That's one thing I know Pearl always wants to make sure happens.
And songs you can identify with.
Well, before we start to sing, one of our members can't sing because we've been practicing every time, so her voice actually went.
Okay, no problem.
That's okay. That's okay. And it's no pressure.
No pressure. When you're ready, we're not ready for. So we are.
Well, we have a member with us here. Her name is Tatiana Corbett, a soprano, a top soprano.
Can she join us?
So she can probably join us on if that's okay.
Tatiana.
Let's go, Tatiana.
Of course, Tatiana. Come on.
Sure.
Tatiana is performing.
Do your thing.
Yes, she's like a photographer. Yes, lovely.
Okay, so we'll be singing.
She's documenting for the Facebook and everything else.
Bell Moon.
Okay, so we're going to sing a very popular one that a lot of Dominicans love from us. It's going to be Pu Dominic, or another one, Dominica, We Love You.
Okay.
So we're going to start. Ready? Dominica, we love you, we love you. Dominica, we'll always remain true. We sing of your wonder, our voices we raise. Yes, Dominica, we sing your praise. What? Just a chorus, just a chorus. Just a chorus.
Okay. That's a good teaser. I can just imagine what's coming next.
It is amazing. You're gonna have like 4 sections of beautiful music, energy. 1A is going to be like gospel or classical music. 1B is pop, so like Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson. And then 1C is we're bringing regionally and locally, so like soca, calypso, bouillon as well. And then our favorite one, well, everyone's favorite, folk, is going to be a mix of Creole songs, traditional folk songs from Dominica, Guyana, Jamaica, Trinidad, like all around the Caribbean. So just like a teaser we give you guys, just so you know, when you come to the show, you're gonna get even more than that. So
I can just feel it already. I feel. When is the production scheduled for? When is it coming on?
So the production is the weekend of July 11th, 12th, and 13th. So,
July 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Okay.
On the 11th and 12th, we will be at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital Auditorium. And on the 13th, we'll be at the Portsmouth Catholic Church Hall.
Okay.
So that's July 11th, 12th, Dominica China Friendship Hospital Auditorium, and the 13th, Portsmouth.
Yes.
Okay, so you already have tickets and everything out there. Can people already start looking to buy the tickets, or not yet?
So tickets will be available from next week, hopefully. We are just working on some final touches. But they can be bought at the usual places. So Valentine's Shoe Store, Bullseye Pharmacy. If you're in Portsmouth, you can buy it from the Catholic Church Presbytery, as well as from members.
Okay. And it's always a big production. And another thing I always look forward to when I go to see this, when you change your outfits. You know, that is always, one of the highlights as well. Apart from the great singing, just changing the outfits to suit, a particular song, or, where you are at any point in time. That is really big. I really love this. I'm sure you'll look forward to that as well, right?
I mean, we look forward to it, but it's also exhausting.
I can imagine too,
when you come on
you have to rush backstage.
Backstage.
Yes.
Like, I think sometimes we get like 30 seconds to dress, and then you have the stage on the back, like 30 seconds, let's go, and then line back up and back on the stage in the heat. But then it's also a great feeling because when you see people's reaction to our costumes, it's like, oh my god. And some people was like, how do you do that so fast? And it's like, for the love of performing and seeing the smiles on people's faces, we do it. So that's what we love to do.
Which is so Alvin, in terms of, it's the first time for you going to be part of that production. Have you already started feeling how it is to have all the different changes in costume and all the different songs that you have to sing and run back and run off and come back, and how's it going for you?
So for me, I already have experience with that kind of thing because when I was in high school, I was a member of Umoja CHS. So doing productions is not the quick changes. It's not necessarily anything new for me. So I'm just excited to do it again because I've really missed it.
Okay. By the way, just for your edification, for your knowledge, Uncle Nigel is very much involved in this, in theatre, in arts, in productions, and he's very much involved still. He was very much involved more so back in the day. So this aligns with what Nigel stands for, what you all are doing, and I'm very happy that you all are on. I just have to say this. So yes, let's give a big round of applause to Uncle Nigel for, as one of those who continue to blaze the trail for what we are doing. Because yes, I mean, there was a time when theatre was on a high back in the day in Dominica, and productions like that. I mean, that was what we knew back then. But I have to say, hats off to the Sisserou singers, the sixth form Sisserou singers, for continuing to keep this. So you all are just blazing a trail for other people to follow, and you are doing a wonderful job. A wonderful job you all are doing.
Thank you.
Seriously, because this unites people. This brings us together. This gives us, a kind of a manima, and that's a Creole term, about ourselves. A sense of créance, a pride, something. Anyway. So yes, hats off to all of you for this, and hats off to Uncle Nigel as well. Yes, Nigel.
For sure. Hey, you should give me a plug there. But I mean, for young people, right? I mean, for you guys, you're coming from different schools, different communities, different parts of the country, and all the rest of it. How important do you see this in terms of coming together and doing this production, even if you're from different schools and different parts of the community? How important is that for you?
I think it's important because, well, let me just start off by saying, as you said, the different schools, you come from different schools and different backgrounds. When we joined the choir, I specifically remember auditions. There were people I did not know. And Shanice, for example, I did not know Shanice. And being in the choir, practicing Monday, Saturdays, and then doing production Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday, we get to know each other. We get to know what makes us tick, what makes us laugh. And being in the choir with Shanice, over 5 years, we become good best friends. So I think having everyone from different backgrounds and being in one choir, it allows us to get to know each other, get to know different people. Also a part of networking also, because you never know, in the working world, you might meet someone that you might need help from, and then you know them from Sisserou singers, and a lot of people know Sisserou singers are everywhere. So you must meet a Sisserou singer either in the bank, at the garage, in the supermarket. You're going to meet us everywhere. So having us from different backgrounds meet and come together in a choir, it allows us to network and to grow a family, a bigger family.
And to sing well. Some professions.
What school were you? What school were you originally from?
Well,
what high school did you go to?
I went to the Dominica Grammar School.
Say that again.
Oh man!
Say that again.
I should not have asked you that question.
Yes, say it again.
The greatest high school on island, the Dominica Grammar School.
Thank you.
I should not have asked that question. Oh, yo. See the problem there now.
I mean, the others can ask to see what schools they're from, because all of us are from different schools.
Yeah.
Yes, you have some SMA students there, no? Nobody from SMA.
No, not with us right now.
No, okay.
But we do have members who went to SMA.
And you, what school you went to? What school?
Because I was gonna tell Alvin Thomas we have to do something about that, and Miguel Murphy is an island. But that's good.
She went to the convent high school, and the gentleman next to you.
I went to the Good Secondary School.
Good Secondary School, GSS.
Well, that's great.
And Alyssa Hunter is a fast student.
Convent High School.
Convent High School.
Right. But I mean, so and that's nice that you were saying that in terms of the fact that coming from different schools, different communities, but when you get into the Sisserou singers, it's like one big family.
Yes.
But it's nice you can be able to see the differences and similarities between you guys and everything else. What about for young people, man? What would you tell young people who are probably have the talent and want to get involved and so on? What would you like to tell them?
Just do it. Just go for it. We promise. Just go for it. It may seem like a daunting task when you see us all together singing, but from where we started to where we are now, just do it. It will boost your self-confidence. It will build your ability to sing. It will build your ability to even perform or just publicly speak to others, because as a Sisserou singer, you're kind of forced to do that on a daily basis. So just if you want to join, just go for it. When we send out the audition flyers, just sign up.
Yeah.
Nigel, look, Alvin Thomas is saying that you're in your element, and I agree with him. You're in familiar territory, even if you can hold a note, but that is your kind of thing.
Just a little thing. You mentioned you call him Uncle Nigel. So we have Auntie Pearl and now we have Uncle Nigel. So welcome, Uncle Nigel.
Yes.
Well, thank you. You see, the family is growing.
Yes. Nigel, I just love this program, I just love connecting the dots, especially when you can see the young people and you can see their smiles and hear the giggles, and and then when they talk, they just speak well. That just gives you a sense of hope, that okay.
What was the audition process for you like? Well, not Shanice and not
Simaj, not me. So probably
right.
Yeah.
What was the audition process for you like?
The audition process was kind of a little nerve-wracking. I had to perform a song.
You remember what song you performed? You remember what song you did for your audition?
I did. It was Sam Cooke's I Was Born by the River.
Yeah, I think you're a little away from the mic. Just get a little closer to the mic because I know you have that there. But you mentioned Sam Cooke.
Yes, Sam Cooke. I Was Born by the River. That was the song I performed.
Well, you can give us a little taste.
Remember the first line out there?
What?
When you
Sam Cooke.
Yes.
And do you know the story of Sam Cooke?
Not entirely.
Man, do some research again. Just when you go.
Oh yes.
I love soul music. I resonate with it. I grew up listening to it from my grandmother. So that's my thing. I love soul music. I love R&B as well. But mainly I grew up listening to soul music. Aretha Franklin, Etty White, Hetty LaBelle.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Yes. That's a beautiful old soul in a young guy. Yes. So you're gonna give us a little bit of what you did for the audition, and no pressure.
No pressure.
Okay. I'll just give you a first like. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like a river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know the change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Next time I ask you to sing a song, don't sing a song that'll bring on the tears for me. There's a story behind that song, and it is very, very deep, and it resonates with me. I mean, wow. And to come to sing this song as a young man, I really applaud you. That's really, really, that's good. That's good. Keep it up. So
do you see why now, Dominica, you have to go to the production? That's just a little taste of what you'll be getting. So you have to be at the production, right? Get your tickets as soon as they come. Don't wait too long. All right. What has been the audition like for you, Annalisa?
So, although I was previously a performer, I was surprisingly quite nervous.
You were nervous?
Yes, I was nervous.
Never say that.
I was quite nervous. But just in preparing the song, I walking into the audition. No, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because you don't want them to know what they're coming to in terms of the audition. But it's really just you have to prepare yourself and be in the mental space of a performer because it challenges your performing ability, and that's the most I'll say about that.
Wow. Challenges.
Interesting. And at the audition, you have like a panel. There's like 3-4, like Auntie Pearl and Mary Pascal and others there. What?
And also, they will give you like a script to see how you good at acting and your drama and your public speaking as well.
I like this.
But just to answer your question, Uncle Nigel, yes, there is a panel. So like the executive. So like we have, well, for example, last year we had Mary Pascal, our director, or President Shanika Bogart. The social media managers, myself, Semash Bernard, and Chelsea Lee, who is not here, but shout out to Chelsea Lee. We had our secretary, Shanice Regis. and we had the leader of the men, Mr. Warren Edwards. So all of us were here on a panel, and we watched the auditions, and we judged them on pitch. We judged them on like how well they can pick up rhythm. So like we did a clapping rhythm, and they had to do it back to us. They sang their song, a verse and a chorus, and they also had to memorize lines from one of our past read lines and act it out from our production, and give it back to us in a dramatic way that they would do like as if they were on stage. So that's the audition process.
Just recently, the nation celebrated the victory of Cassim Birmingham. For us, it was a victory, whether he did not win the final thing, you know. That was a big thing for us as Dominicans. It still is.
Yeah.
How did you all feel about this? Because he too started at the sixth form Sisserou Singers.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was a big thing for you all as well.
It was a major thing for us. We were so excited for him.
And for the sixth form Sisserou Singers, because whenever he speaks about his journey in music,
he always mentions
has
that,
to mention the sixth form Sisserou Singers.
Yeah, like we said, like the sixth form Sisserou Singers, they prepare you for life. They prepare you, if you want to be a performer, they prepare you for that. You get to perform, you get to sing, you get to meet different people in the industry to really get your foot into the door. And I believe that's why he has such a love for sixth form Sisserou Singers, is because they gave him that platform to start off performing and to meet other people. So yeah.
How large is the group now, Sisserou?
I'll have our secretary say
how many of you?
Currently, we have 36 members in total.
I like her voice, Nigel. People with a voice like that, it's
Yes.
there's something about her voice. You know, there are certain people with that distinct voice. She has it. She has it.
36 members, and again, I can just imagine the vibes that's there when you guys get together. 36 members from all different parts of the country, and that's a wonderful thing about it.
Nigel, before you ask your next question, quickly, Alvin Thomas, you said that was the wrong question, Nigel. Lol. What was the wrong question?
I'm not going to ask it again because it's the wrong one.
Okay.
Yes, you remember the one about the school? Yes, I'm not asking again.
All right.
I will not ask that one again. I'll leave that one alone. Rehearsals run from like it's just like a all day thing, couple hours.
No, it's 6 weeks. We have rehearsals from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday.
Do you think? I mean, that. Do you think being involved in stuff like that, it affects your social life? You don't get a chance to mingle with your friends and go out and see who and party and so on with them.
No, Nigel, not necessarily. Sisserou has taught you balance. It teaches you balance to balance both your social life plus your Sisserou life, and it has also caused you to have a lot of your friends surrounding Sisserou in a sense. So it goes hand in hand that you can socialize with your friends as well as manage rehearsals. And also to answer your question, rehearsals can be about like an hour to 2 hours generally.
Okay.
Except during 6 weeks.
Except during 6 weeks, which is when we like push a lot of content or will encourage.
Push a lot.
It will go a bit longer than 2 hours sometimes.
And even closer to the actual production itself, I guess you'll have a little even more time.
So that's what we call 6 weeks. 6 weeks to the show is the most intense process towards the show.
Everyone who has passed with the sixth form Sisserou Singers know that 6 weeks you're going to be tired, you're going to be exhausted, you're going to be tried. We have a popular saying, draw on your reserves. So that means when you get tired, that little reserve back there, draw on it to like bring it out. Because if anything stops, you have to start back everything all over again.
Do you see like past Sisserou Singers coming through to just see what's going on, help you guys, like Tasha P, Mikael, Webb? Do you see them passing through?
Every year we have past members joining hands to come and help us, stage hands, backstage, even those coming in to give us tea backstage. And helping with ushering and other different stuff during the production. So they're always a big help to us.
Do you look at past productions as well as, to help you? Especially those who just recently joined. Do you look at past productions, past Sisserou, sixth form Sisserou Singers productions?
We would normally do that. We haven't done that this year as yet, but we would normally do that to help the newer members, especially those who have not been to a production before, see what a production is like.
And that's happening a lot at the schools as well, Nigel. I was just thinking, because you have the schools arts festival, and a lot of the talent comes from, you know, the primary schools, the secondary schools. A lot of young people are involved, and as I say that as well, I also remember going to see productions. I think Stars of the 50s. That's their name.
Yes, back
You
then they
remember?
had some. Yes,
Back
yes,
then,
yes.
you know, and you'd go to the Convent High School auditorium for something like that, and then the Sisserou singers, and I tell you, we had a vibrant, we really had a vibrant, how I'd call it, Nigel. We had vibrant productions. We had a vibrant, Nigel, I'm trying to get the word, it's just not coming. I just wanted to encapsulate everything and put it under one umbrella, but it's all right. But yes, theater was on a high, and I'm really happy that young people like you continue to keep this. And in terms of our music and our genres, we have the bouillon, so all that will go into productions as well, because you cannot leave out, you know, what we have, what we are known for as a people in music. So the bouillon will come in, the reggae will come in, the Creole songs will come in, the folk songs will come in, traditional aspects of our culture will come in, and that's very, very good. Yeah. I'm proud of what you all are doing.
Thank you.
So one of the things I always like to do is when we talk to young people, we like to get their views, because I mean it's important to hear from the young people themselves. Bouillon music, what's your take on bouillon music, and what's going on with bouillon right now? No pressure.
No pressure. You want to answer from everyone or just specifically anyone?
It's like,
if everyone wants to answer, that's beautiful.
Okay, so we start off Annalisa first.
Okay, so I think of bouillon music now as an evolving genre. Unfortunately, where it is in terms of what it's called the nasty business genre, that's how music is generally all across the world. All the different genres of music, that's something that is going on in the writing. So it's not to say in Dominica it's anything different. It's the generation being spoiled. Technically, they spoiled already, because even in just basic things like R&B and rap, these are how the songs are written. So but I also realized recently this year there's more been a push for slightly like cleaner music, and then bands like Signal Band, which are helping, you know, to give a little better, more mid genre. So they'll probably have a little nasty business but keep it calm and PG-13. So they're helping to mix the two instead of just it being like the raw music. But really and truly, that's just how the generation currently is.
I love how she answered this, Nigel.
Yes, see, that's why we love to talk to the young people. Anyone else?
Various aspects. Anyone else?
I think I'll just talk about the recent popularity that bouillon has, of course, social media. Minus the nasty business thing, but bouillon being recently popular across social media is a good thing for Dominica, because it gets to showcase to the global stage that we have something that, you know, is different from other people. You know, in the Caribbean we have soca and we have reggae, but here's this little island between Guadeloupe and Martinique that is producing bouillon that has, you know, encompasses every part of our musical culture, so like the jingping and everything else. So bouillon is everything that Dominica is, and that is the best thing that can happen to be not promoted on a larger scale to everyone in the world, to let the world know who Dominica is, and bouillon is Dominica. So having that being recent popular, everyone is getting to see who Dominica is, and I love that. I can't wait to see where that goes.
Nice. I love that as well. In fact, we can use our music to export and to let the rest of the world know what's taking place. Does the Sisserou, I'm not sure if Shanice or anybody else wants to say anything on that. If not, does the Sisserou, yes, you want to say something, Shanice? No,
I was just going to say, I think Simaj and Annalisa basically covered everything that we could possibly say.
Right. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Does Sisserou singers, do you have like a social media platform? How can one find out about them? Is there a Facebook? Is there Instagram? Is there what do you guys have?
Okay, well, as a social media manager, I have no problem plugging our social media. So on Facebook, you'll find us at the Sixth Form Sisserou Singers. On Instagram and TikTok, you'll find us at Humans of SFSS. So that is Humans of SFSS, and we post content mostly every single day, behind the scenes of practice, the flyer, and to stay tuned to social media because possibly next week we will be dropping our tickets. So you do not want to miss when we make that post saying, hey guys, tickets are available. You can only get them at these certain places from these members at $50.
Beautiful, beautiful, because that social media presence is important, right? What about the followers? Do you find that the young people are following you, or do you find it's a mix of people, different generations? What's it like?
I think just yesterday I was looking at the analytics of the Instagram page, and there are a lot of mix. There's a mix of older people and younger people, and I saw a recent rise in people younger than 16. So that was really interesting. Also, we have a lot of people from other countries. So, like, one guy from Trinidad, he messaged the Instagram page and he was like, one day or 1 year, I will come to Dominica to see you guys perform. And that was so interesting to me to see that people outside of Dominica are wanting to fly in to see us perform. So that is really great.
Wow. Look, Alvin Thomas telling me he wants another song.
Tell Mr. Thomas our voices are quite sore and we can spoil them so we can give you a good production.
And after this, we're going to straight to rehearsal. So.
But I want another song. Me I said just Alvin in trouble there, but me that more on this song there. I say Alvin Thomas, I just say what I want. But it's something they're looking for. But anyway, I'll take it if you can do it. It's alright. It's okay.
Next time we come back, we'll sing for you.
Yes, come with your voice as well, yeah. But I understand, I understand. I mean, sometimes even if we ask for a song and you know you're in between practice, at that time the voice is not the best. You don't have to. I'm saying, yeah. Even if Uncle Nigel say you want a song, it's all right.
So you put it on me. What is the production called? What's the production that's coming in July? What is the?
Yeah.
It's called the
Voices of Light.
Voices of Light.
Voices of Light. All right. I like that. Voices of Light. Is there, and you don't have to give out the secret, but is there going to be any local voice that you're going to be highlighting? And I mean local voice meaning local artists. Are you doing any local artist numbers? Either something from Ophelia, from Michael, from Carlin XP, or
that is something
Signal Shelley,
or come to the show to find out.
Niger, boy, exciting boy. Yes, I was going to ask a follow-up question, but I was asking no follow-up question on that. No boy, I say in my lane.
She catch me an hour. Come to the show if you want to know. That's good promotion. But I also, it's always nice to recognize all local artists as well. And knowing Antipolo like I do, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a local song, a couple of local songs in there, because I know she wants to maintain that.
There's a code in Nigeria that they should not break. They're not going to give you the secrets, eh? So you come to the production. So I like that. Come to the production and see for yourself.
That's the way of making sure you come to it. I like that. What would you say to young people who want to join the Sisserou Singers?
Join. You won't regret it.
Just do it.
So
what about being involved in the arts in the world, whether it's dance, whether it's theater, whether it's singing for young people? What do you say to them?
Arts stress me as someone who has been involved in arts from a very, very, very young age. It does not affect your life. It makes you grow. It helps you become the person that you are. And trust me, it helps in things like academics because it teaches you discipline. So it allows you to do better and excel better in school. And anybody thinking of being part of a group in the arts, of just starting anything, whether it be painting or dancing or singing, do it, because truly it will transform you as a person.
My message will be specifically to young boys or men, because I teach at an all-boy primary school. Do not ever be afraid as a boy of doing an art that you love. Whether it be singing, whether it be dancing, whether it be playing a musical instrument. Do not let anybody's judgment stop you from doing that.
Okay. You teach at which primary school?
At an all-boy primary
I know
school.
which one was it?
St. Mary's Primary.
SMP.
But why are you asking the good questions? I mean, of course she's going to say at St. Mary's Primary, which is next to SMA.
Yes.
By the way, congratulations to St. Mary's Primary as well. All the students who sat the Grade 6 National Assessment got the results yesterday, moving on to secondary school. Yeah.
Yes, but I love that, Janice, because sometimes there's a lot more pressure for young boys or for boys, being involved in the arts. So I love that you are encouraging them regardless of being part of it. Don't worry about what anybody has to say. Showcase your talents.
And I'm encouraging parents to bring their boys to our show so that they can see our lovely crop of young men perform, and maybe it might inspire them to do performances as well.
Just to piggyback off what Annalisa said about bringing your children to a production, I remember my very first production was in 2019 when I saw it, and just hearing the harmonies of everyone, but specifically seeing the presence of the men, like the tenors and the basses, and hearing how they harmonized together and made that thing. I remember telling my friend, Blessing, shout out to Blessing, after coming from my first show, I was like, I am going to join. I'm going to join, because it was just a wonderful experience.
And Alisa, you would have seen many productions before?
Yes.
I know the Hunter family always tag along and they always, have things like that.
I've seen productions maybe from the time, probably before I can remember. I've been to at least every production for the last 10 to 15 years.
Wow.
Nice.
I keep saying and we forgot Annalisa.
Having gone through Sisserou singers, and I'm sure Nissan, you can always make your comment that you wanted to a little bit as well. In terms of the schools, do you feel like we should have a lot more singing and a lot more choir, a lot more arts in our schools?
Well, it has been on the rise. I've realized, especially with things like the schools arts festivals, that schools are actually starting to put in that effort from choirs, from dance groups, have the different artists, clubs and band. And it's really truly been on the rise, especially in like the different primary schools, which is quite surprising, where you see a lot of these young children involved in the choirs and the dancing, and they really put on great shows, especially during the schools arts festival time.
I think you were making a point as well, teacher.
Yes. I was saying that Annalisa has been to so many productions and been backstage so much that we forgot she was a new member. So every time they keep saying new members and they call Annalisa, I'm like, oh yes, Annalisa is a newbie in the sense that this is her first year in the choir. But in terms of the arts and in schools, yes, we see it rising. I believe that schools need to take the arts more seriously sometimes, because a lot of times it's just a program pushed on the side. Oh, you can do that in the afternoon. Maybe you might get some help, maybe not. So I think that schools need to take it a little bit more seriously sometimes. But it has been on the rise recently.
That's good. I know we have spoken about that in the past as well. There was a time when that was happening, especially in my days. You just had to be involved, even if you were not in a production outside of school, but you had to be involved in the arts. You had to do things at school, at the school level, and that was just that was like an everyday thing. And so I take your point, and I agree with you. Yeah.
Just for each of you, in terms of before your performance, is there any particular routine that you do? Do you go out there and do your breathing exercises? Do you drink your teas? Do you keep your throats? Or what's just a kind of a routine?
Calvin, start off. We go down the line. Calvin first.
Well, for me, I do breathing exercises as well. There's this one lady that I follow on Instagram. I can't remember her name offhand. She does very good range exercises as well as the breathing exercises. And for me, in terms of my vocal cords training, I normally drink tea. I drink 2 cups of tea every morning before I start singing and preparing myself.
Okay. But is this done as a group as well? Like when you're part of your exercises and breathing exercises, so all that is part of it, right? Because I remember when I started in broadcasting, we had to do limericks. You just had to do this every day. It's like Nadia said for me, she sells seashells by the sea, and lillery, and you just go on and say things, and that's good. Anybody want to share on this as well in terms of the exercises, what you do? And
for me, it would be listening to the music that I'm going to perform, ensuring that I have my part down, because one wrong note as a part member, you can throw off the entire choir. So for me, it'll be, even when I'm getting ready to go on stage, I am listening to whatever I have to sing on stage to make sure that I have my part correct.
For me, I take the importance of drinking tea and vocal warm-ups very seriously. I'm a lover of tea. I love bay leaf tea, ginger tea, and I think I'm known in the choir. Anytime I bring a flask, it opens. You can smell the bay leaf across the room. So yeah, but I drink tea. I do vocal warm-ups, and as someone who has asthma, I also do breathing techniques as well, because certain notes are very long to hold. So I take breathing techniques really seriously.
Okay, the man with the bay leaf tea. I love this. Always have your bay leaf tea, eh?
Always.
That's good.
For me, other than what the others have said, the only additional thing that I do is cut out dairy, like the morning of a performance. So if I would usually, let's say, drink a certain tea with milk, I wouldn't drink any milk, no cheese, no butter, just to keep the vocal cords moist, because milk and dairy can produce a lot of mucus, which can affect the singing. So to do that, you just cut it out on the day of the performance, or like now that production is coming up, for the next couple of weeks, sort of lessen the intake of dairy.
Wow, that's interesting, Nigel. We're learning a lot there.
Yes, and coming from the young people, man, I always love that.
From the mouth of babes.
Yes. Wisdom shall come.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
I could just sit with them all the time with Nigel and just sit down there and just listen to them for the 2 hours there. Me and my hand on my chin, and I'm enjoying this.
So wait,
I like this. I love this. Yes, I love this.
I know time is coming up against us too, but you just sit down with your hand under your chin, enjoying this moment, right?
Granny, I even there.
So we have Auntie Pearl, Uncle Nigel, and Granny. Everyone okay.
Papa, look at how you put it yourself.
Yes. So I mean, final thoughts in terms of I guess it's only 4 of you here right now. First of all, this is your production team, your group. In terms of a range, you go from what 16 to 55.
Well, we normally take students out of high school, so that would normally be around 17 years old.
Okay.
And we go up to, I don't even know what the age of our oldest member is. But anyway,
as you said that, because it's 6 from Sisserou singers, do you have to go to college to be part of this group, or once you're through high school, or you can be, it doesn't matter whether you what?
It does not matter if you're going to college or not. The name 6 Form Sisserou Singers was kept because it was created at 6 Form College by Auntie Pearl.
Hey teacher, why? Tell them.
These are our young people, man. These are the people that are going to ensure that the arts continue and that we continue to develop as a people and to showcase the talent that we have, and that's what I love about it, and a nice mix there today, a nice mix of different schools, different communities. What about performing in the different, is that something that you're thinking of doing at some point, performing in the different communities? I know you have Portsmouth and you have Roseau. What about the people in Margot and the people in La Plaine and the people in Granby and so on? What's going on?
Decentralizing it.
Well, I think production, we normally keep it for 3 days, so 2 nights in Roseau and 1 night in Portsmouth. But you can always catch us during humanitarian tour every year, because our humanitarian tour takes it from Roseau up to Portsmouth, and I think last year we went to La Plaine and Calibishi. So we go all over Vegas as well. So we go all over the place during humanitarian tour in December. And sometimes you also see us performing at different events, like village events during the independent season, so La Plaine and Christmas. So like we're all over the place during the whole year, basically.
All right. Okay, so the time has come. The time has gone.
Go ahead, teacher. I was saying, we only do production 3 nights because production is very expensive to put on.
Yeah, that's what
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
So
it is.
We tend to centralize it to 2 locations for that reason, especially.
All right. Okay, so the time has come. The time has gone. We have another program. We're already late. So let us get closing remarks, and we'll see how we can link up with you all again another time. Right, Nigel? Next time we can have a larger group. We'll
production.
just pass the mic around and the larger group will be there and we'll have fun.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we bring in the whole group in the studio
man.
for them to sing.
Yeah,
so
man.
we have no problem with
We
that.
can arrange this. So let's just get close remarks quickly and that's it.
So I just want to encourage everybody to come to our show. It's really going to be a great 3 nights of amazing voices, amazing scripts, and it's really just going to be an experience for everyone to remember.
All right.
I'm encouraging everyone to get your tickets as soon as they come out. As soon as we post on social media that tickets are out, just go and buy them at Bullseye Pharmacy. From Sisserou members, you're going to know a member, obviously, and at the Presbytery in Portsmouth and at Valentine Shoe Stores. So get your tickets and come and see us entertain you.
Like piggybacking what everybody said, come to the show. Buy your tickets early. When we say we don't have more tickets, don't be mad at us because you hear we're telling you come get your tickets early. When we say we are sold out, we are sold out.
And for all the folk lovers, be there. You won't regret it.
Be there, you won't regret it. Yes. Nigel, I really enjoyed the program. I really
I
enjoyed
did.
And
it's always beautiful when we connect with our young people.
Yes, and I really have to, again, big them up, for the tremendous contribution that they are making to not just our rich, the rich tapestry of our music, but our culture in general. So hats off to you. And all the best.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll keep our ears open to
Bad Bravo,
wonderful things
and
about
again,
Bad
to
Bravo,
those who've been around, at Pearl, Mary Pascal, Webb, Mikel, Tasha P, and all those I'm forgetting who
we have had all of them on Connect with us already.
We've had all of them, we haven't had Webb, we'll have it in a few.
Oh, yes,
but Sisserou singers, has done tremendously well for Dominica and for the region. So congratulations again, all the best on your production. Voices of Light, is it?
Yes. Take care.
Yes, all the best on that production, July 11th, 12th,
just give us
and 13th,
a line of something
when it comes around.
Nigel, at least a line or something, or you also, okay, sorry.
As we end, yeah. They can give us a line as we end.
Crescendo or something.
A song.
A song?
Not a whole song. Not a whole
As
song.
we end, just
a
a whole song, just to take us out of the program.
Okay. Ready? You just say bye-bye?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Wait.
That was the line.
Pause. No. Okay, let's go again. Let's go again. 1, bye-bye. 1, 2, 3.
Bye. You hear that? You hear that blend? Thank you so much. All the best to all of you. All right.
Appreciate it. Hey, we connect again as always.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Nigel, we'll talk again next week, God willing.
Yes, my dear, we connect again next week.
Yes. All the best to you as well, Nigel. All right, you take care. All right.